Central has taken the lead here in game one. Oh my!
So, did my man forget that he is a pitcher for a college baseball team and not a starting linebacker in the NFL? What was going on there? Anyways, what's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. If this is your first time on the channel, we talk baseball every single day, so don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button if you're into that sort of thing. Ohtani, how many times is he going to make history? He might have had the greatest game by a baseball player ever yesterday. The boycott continues in Oakland. Barely 2,500 fans showed up because, again, there is a boycott. They are not wanting to show up to any games. It's not that the team is horrific by any means. It's just the owner needs to sell the team. And Nolan Arenado is proving that he is going for his MVP and he wants some respect put on his name, dang it. Quick little reminder, if you're going to any concerts or baseball games anytime soon, save yourself 20 bucks off on SeatGeek using code Fuzzy. And before we talk about the games, I want to go ahead and recap what happened in Washington, D.C. before the game. So apparently the Nationals forgot to let the Department of Defense know about their pregame festivities where they had parachuters jumping out of a plane, and the Capitol was evacuated because they thought it was a threat to security. So what even is this recap so far? Honestly, I feel like Cleveland should have called the Department of Defense because they were out here killing the White Sox yesterday. Multiple errors in the first few innings allow Cleveland to absolutely dominate the Chicago White Sox. 2 RBI singles makes it 3-0 right before J-Ram does it again, his second grand slam of the season. Cleveland ends up with a whopping 10 runs after 2 innings, and this is the craziest thing that I've ever heard. Every single Guardians player scored in the second inning. That is something that you don't see often in a full game, let alone in a single inning. Every single member of that lineup scored in the second. Shane Bieber was nasty as well. He struck out 7 in 6 innings. Now, yes, the strikeout percentage is down because without the sticky stuff, he's not as nasty, but he's still very good. Juan Soto, as I like to call him because Juan Soto gets on base a lot, and so does Juan, so that's my nickname for him going forward. He singles home straw for good measure, and it got so bad at one point that TA7 Tim Anderson, who just made his 4th error in 2 games, gave Cleveland fans a gift to take home with them. Yeah, my man was not happy. J-Ram won't stop. This was a doubleheader. He now has 4 home runs and 20 RBIs in his first 11 games, which means that he is on pace for a 300 RBI campaign. I think that he's going to get it done. Gabriel Arias bloops one into right field for his first career hit, and Mercado's weird season continues because my man has 11 RBIs and a 130 OPS plus, which is really good, right? But he has a 231 on base percentage. That's because 6 of his 9 base hits are extra base hits, and he's got a 1,000 plus OPS when runners are in scoring position, so he has been clutch without getting on base a whole lot. Now, speaking of runners in scoring position, the White Sox got a few on against Tristan McKenzie, and Mendick finds a hole down the line. But look at Quan. He fires home, and the rookie Lavastida makes the scoop of the year. He nabs what would have been the game-tying run, and former outfielder Anthony Ghost, he comes in and strikes out 4 in an inning and 2/3, and then the Cleveland bullpen holds Chicago to just 2 hits as they sweep the doubleheader. Cannot believe I'm even saying that. Jose Ramirez became the 8th player ever to have 20 RBIs in his first 11 games, joining these names. I feel like these guys were good once upon a time. The Royals and the Twins, we're going to recap this real quick. Whit barely misses a home run. He ends up with a long double. Bobby Witt Jr. grabs the RBI on a double play. Daniel Lynch didn't have his wipeout stuff, but he was effective. 5 shutout innings, only allowed 4 hits to a very good Twins lineup, and Mondesi brings home Benintendi on a single in the 5th, and the Twins roll into the 3rd double play of the day, and that ends their night. The Dodgers and the Braves. Freddie Freeman is very much enjoying facing his former team. He rips the heart out of Braves fans again with the 2nd home run of the series. Edwin Rios is really trying to replicate his first 60 games when he had 12 home runs and a 153 OPS plus. He belts his first homer of the season, and I'm not sure if you noticed, but the Braves were held scoreless, and this was because the criminally underrated Tony Gonsolin was at it again. 1 hit in 6 shutout innings. He has a very nice .69 ERA in 13 innings, so LA has a breakout candidate on their hands in Gonzo, and Belly is swinging like 2019 Belly. His swing, I haven't seen it this crispy since his MVP year. He now has 6 multi-hit games to start 2022, which is more than 2020 and 2021 combined. Justin Turner singles home Betts, and Freeman and Smith, they almost kiss on the final out. They run into each other, but they end it. The Padres and the Reds, Cincinnati gets some payback by hitting Manny Machado, but they instantly regretted it because Profar goes deep. Is this the Profar that was prophesized, that we were promised years ago? I feel like he was a rookie a decade ago back with the Rangers. He has 4 home runs and 11 RBIs already. He had 4 home runs total in almost 140 games last year. Mackenzie Gore is no joke. He made the Reds look like little leaguers. 4 hits allowed and 5 shutout innings, and he racked up 7 punchies. Grisham, who has been struggling the last few months of playing baseball, he has an RBI double to boost that confidence a little bit, and same for Ha-Seong Kim, but this was a home run, his first of the season. CJ Abrams later shows off the 70 grade speed. The max is 80, so the kid can absolutely fly. His RBI extra base hit is just salt in the wound for a Reds team who has now fallen to 2-11 and have lost 9 consecutive games. Hashtag free Joey Votto. Chris Bassett had his toughest matchup of the year. He faced off against the Giants, and it proved to be his toughest because Gaz and Ruff, they got on, and then Peterson and Crawford quickly bring them home on a few base hits. Former Mets legend Wilmer Flores, he got some payback against the Mets because they made him cry on the field for a false trade rumor. He scores Jock Peterson on a single to right, and enter the birthday boy. Brandon Belt gives himself a present. He pimps one to the second deck, and Yaz finishes off the scoring in the 4th with an RBI single. Carlos Rodon put the Mets in a blender, striking out 8 and 5 shutout innings. The dude has a nearly 16 strikeouts per 9 and only 2 earned runs in his first 17 innings. I'm just happy that he's out of the AL Central. The Diamondbacks, the Nationals, I saw a crazy stat that Arizona was hitless with runners in scoring position over their first 11 games. That changes on 2 swings, back-to-back base hits with runners in scoring position. Dalton Varsho, don't do it to him, but he did it to him. This kid is quickly becoming one of my favorite players in baseball, and same with Seth Beer, just because his name is so funny. His double makes it 8-0, and to be honest, the rest of this game was much of the same. I do have to shout out Merrill Kelly, another quality start, so he has only given up 1 earned run and 5 1/3 with 18 strikeouts for the cherry on top. The Angels and the Astros, here we go. This first inning was an implosion by Jake Odorizzi. He walks in a run after loading the bases, and he was scared of Anthony Rendon. Then RBI machine Brandon Marsh comes up and knocks in another, and then you had another walk with the bases loaded, and Ohtani is able to have the second at-bat of the inning. He became the first pitcher ever to have 2 at-bats before throwing a single pitch and then says, okay, I got it from here. He doubles in 2 runs, and that wasn't even the best part. He struck out 12 of the first 16 hitters. He had a perfect game going into the 6th inning. So 6 shutout with 12 strikeouts, got on base 3 times. Is that the greatest game ever played by a baseball player? Let me know in the comment section down below, because we've seen perfect games, we've seen 4 home run games. What is the greatest game you have ever seen or just heard about that has ever existed? Staying with an AL West matchup, we have the Seattle Mariners and the Rangers, and the M's have been struck by bad luck with multiple players out with the vid, and then luck doesn't change as Jesse Winker hits into a triple play, but it does get a little bit better after that. The Black Cat must have ran away. Abraham Toro scores on an error, and Ty France singles in on-base god Adam Frazier. He is back to Pirates version of Adam Frazier. J.P. Crawford adds another huge insurance run on a sac fly, and J-Rod grabs an RBI on a single up the middle, and great hustle from second by Jesse Winker. I hope that Logan Gilbert's mom was watching, because he was taken out after 6 2/3 dazzling shutout innings. He lowers his season ERA to .54, only 1 given up in 15 innings. Diego Castillo is scary in the 9th inning as Sewald is out with an injury, but he gets it done, and the Mariners now 7-5 and showing their fans that they are going to repeat as a 90-win team. At least that's what I think is going to happen. Whatever Ohtani did with the CPR and his bat, it woke it up. Philly must have done the same thing because their offense picked up yesterday. They have been bad lately. They used the thin Colorado air to break out Castellanos and Bohm. They both hit baseballs a combined 857 feet, but then the Rockies fight back and reclaim the lead on CJ Cron's 15th RBI. And oh my goodness, Kyle Schwarber goes 470. 470, ladies and gentlemen. To the 3rd deck it goes. The Rockies had to nerf him later on by plunking him instead of pitching to him. His teammate had his back though. Yohan Camargo finishes a 4-hit day with a 3-run missile to left, and the Rockies win 9-6. The Orioles and the A's, again, the boycott continues. Barely 2,000 fans showed up, but that's because this is years of pent-up retribution in effect. As the cheap ownership imploded recently, they traded away all their best players and they don't spend money, and then they raise ticket prices. losses. You can't do that. These two young teams are top 10 in ERA, and all of those efforts were on display again as each team was held scoreless through the first 4 innings. Baltimore got some help in the 5th on poor Oakland defense, and that was it for scoring. Lyles tossed 5 shutouts, and Jeffries has 5 strikeouts and 6 shutout innings, and Pablo Lopez comes in for the save. This guy has always been devastating in terms of movement, so he gets the save, and the Orioles are now sitting at a 2.57 team ERA. I don't think it stays that way, though. The Yankees and the Tigers. Prime Luis Severino was one of my favorite pitchers to watch, and he showed that off a little bit yesterday. He got some help from the offense in the 3rd. Judge doubles in IKF, and Rizzo plates another on an RBI ground out. Sevy was on top of his game, 1 earned run and 5 innings of work. He has a 2.08 ERA to begin the season. Rizzo belts a solo shot, and the Bronx Bombers got it done the old-fashioned way, a single from IKF and a ground out RBI from DJ LeMahieu. Just put the ball in play. That's all that Yankees fans are asking of Joey Gallo. Either way, Chapman earns his 3rd save, and Miggy is just 1 hit away from 3,000, so make sure you guys are watching today's Tigers game. The Jays and the Red Sox, kind of an easy game for the Jays. JD Martinez has been off to a productive start, unlike Tapia, but that's why baseball is so cool, because anyone can be the hero on any given day. His 2-run home run starts a 5-run second. Bichette knocks in 2 and is looking to use that as a catalyst. His on-base and batting average are both sitting at just 204. Berrios was hit hard by Boston, but he weaves his way through 6 hectic innings, allowed 8 base hits and a walk, but K'd 6 and limited the damage. The Yankees and Jays are all tied at 7-5, and the Rays are looking to extend their winning streak to 2. The postseason legend and reigning AL Rookie of the Year, Randy, wreaks some havoc. He doubles in a run and then scores on an error after stealing 3rd base. The Rays have found another gem in Francisco Mejia, although he was a former top prospect, and we all expected something of this. He is hitting .350 with 10 RBIs as a catcher, a switch-hitting catcher. Wander Franco ropes another RBI extra base hit, and the Rays blow it open and make it rain on the Cubs. No, literally, the game had to be stopped due to rain, and it was called. Stroman has now allowed 13 earned runs in 13 innings. We need him to bounce back. The Cardinals and the Marlins, Miles Michaelis versus Sandy Alcantara. Miles lowers his season ERA to 1.76 after 5 stellar innings, which kind of sucked for Sandy because he was even better. Sandy, for his career, eats up the Cardinals, and it was no different yesterday. 6 strikeouts over 8 scoreless innings, lowering his career ERA against the Cardinals to .99. But a fun fact, he is winless in 4 starts versus the Cardinals. Either way, Nolan Arenado turns on a pitch at his hip and delivers the game's only runs. .370 batting average, 14 RBIs, 5 home runs. Even if he hits .290 with 35 home runs, his defense is going to boost his WAR. This could be the year he wins MVP. And then last but not least, the Brewers and the Pirates. Rowdy Tellez has been a fantastic trade. Milwaukee has done great at building a little core lineup of Willy Adames, Christian Yelich, and Rowdy Tellez all through trades. From there, we saw both pitchers locked in, and we expect that from Brandon Woodruff, who tosses 6 shutout with 9 strikeouts. But look at Mitch Keller. So far, he's been a failed top prospect, but yesterday, just 1 earned run and 7 strikeouts and a little under 6 innings. The rookie sensation turned bust. Keston Hiura finally shows why he's on the big league club, socking a 3-run bomb in the 7th, and Josh Hader came in. I mean, you could basically turn off the TV when Hader comes in because he's an automatic save. 2 more strikeouts, and number 6 on the season. He is leading the National League. All right, everyone, well, that is going to do it for today's MLB recap. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it until the end, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you learned something new. Remember to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself 20 bucks off, and enjoy the web gems.
Being able to be used tomorrow, possibly.
Walker center, and Victor Robles, look out!
Shallow right now. Witt has to come running in. He slides, and he's got it. That must have been fun.
Left side, and now Bohm will get a chance. Bare hands throws, and it's in time. What a play.
And he pops one into shallow left. Dansby going out, and what a catch. What a great catch for Dansby Swanson.
On the ground, vacated left side. They were in a shift. They're going to try and score. Votto. Here comes the throw from Profar. He'll be out at the plate.